Hey folks, welcome back to the Dyson Sphere program. Last time we set up this absolutely massive fire ice processing plant. We're trying to process 6,000 fire ice per minute to make 7,500 graphene per minute and half that much hydrogen turned into deuterium. We have some things we need to do before we're actually up and running. First and foremost is power. Let's take a look at getting some of that set up. I think we'll use satellite power stations here. So let's go ahead and if we come down to maybe here, nope, that's not quite going to do it. Where do I want to set this so that we're getting lots of, looks like that's going to be good. I guess you can't shift click these. So you're right on those two lines. If I come down here by you, that looks like it'll cover more. Okay, so we'll go down 2 rows, set up in the middle, out of build range. All right, let's go over to the left then. So for you, if you're in the middle of those two fractionators, that'll work. Okay. Let's come on down to here. And then down to here. Okay, looking good. Making progress. These are all turning on. That's good news. Let's get another one going here. And then down here. Nope. That one's wrong. Like that. Okay. And then you come over to here and here. Wow, did my voice just crack? I guess it did. Okay, how are we looking? Everything is online. We're seeing graphene and hydrogen flow. So the rightmost fractionators will get filled up first. I'm kind of concerned that there's hydrogen going past. I would have thought this would grab every single piece of hydrogen possible. I guess if there's a 4 stack underneath it. Oh, he's pulling some out of there as well. Okay. So the graphene's backing up. This is good. It looks like this is all working. We need a little bit more power over here. Let's get this set up. I guess we'll leave as much room as we can here. That looks like that'll work. Where are you? You're 1 out from that line. Okay. So we go up by 2, I think? It's hard to line these up. I think you go there. I think you go there. All right, so it looks like this part of the build is working correctly. That's good news. Now we have more stuff we need to do. So I'm not done by any stretch of the imagination here. Okay, so everything's powered up. Now, we do have a problem that we have to deal with. So we determined that for every 24 fractionator loops, we needed an extra one. We determined that last episode with the math. And we have 50 fractionator loops here. So we need to collect up all the excess hydrogen, and we need to build 3 more fractionator loops to process it into deuterium. The last one will not be particularly effective. Now, what's going on here? Why have you stopped? Oh, you need an output line, right. Okay. So until we're collecting the deuterium, looks like I need to connect these up. Oh boy, this is going to be this is going to take a second. Until we actually are collecting these out, the whole thing's going to be stalled. Until we're using the resources, the whole thing's going to be stalled for sure. This is going to take a minute. I wonder if I can I copy... Like, if I copy you, what do I see? Just, yeah, I don't know if that's enough. Can I copy just these little bits here of the fractionator output and then use that? Does that work? I doubt it, right? So like if I press that and we come look, what did it actually do? Yeah, it didn't work at all. All right, so hold please. Okay, that's better. I think all of the fractionators are hooked up now. So, next steps. We have excess hydrogen that we need to deal with. So, hydrogen that doesn't make it onto the loop. Now, how did you get here? How did you get past here? I guess I'm not sure. Shouldn't really be here. It should have all been sucked in here, but maybe. All right, we'll just have to build it and hope it works. So we're gonna start by pulling out the excess hydrogen. You'll come out to. We need room for these to be able to jump over it, so we'll come out all the way to here. Start making our way down to the bottom. And then everywhere we have spare hydrogen, we're gonna add it to this line. So that's deuterium. Where's the extra hydrogen? Okay. It's behind this, so this has to be moved. To there or something. Alright, extra hydrogen. Extra hydrogen. Yeah, it's the ones underneath the chemical plants. Extra hydrogen. We have to do this 10 times. Extra hydrogen. Okay. Let's line these guys up. Extra hydrogen. This has to be moved once again. That's okay, we'll do that. Excess hydrogen. Man, when you're doing a big build like this and you leave something out of the blueprints, it takes a while to catch up, huh? Come all the way down. There's more excess hydrogen. Oddly, there must have been something with the curvature of the planet here, because these belts aren't connected correctly. I wonder if I missed anything like that. Once we have the whole thing up and running, we'll have to look at things like that. We'll have to look for places where there's little breaks and gaps. Alright, but this should be the extra hydrogen. Okay, so our extra hydrogen line is here. We're gonna need some more deuterium fractionators. So let's grab one of these real quick. We're gonna need 3 of these. So let's just stick it right here. 1, 2. That's too close, isn't it? Can I get you through here? Oh, I can. Okay. Okay, 3 extras should do the trick for us. So our extra hydrogen comes to this fractionator loop, and then we have our output here. That comes over and joins the other deuterium lines. There's our output. There's our output. I don't think that's right. Is it? There we go. Okay. Pile sorters to put hydrogen on the lines. And then we need a little itty bitty bit of power here. So let's throw down another one of these good guys. That'll work. And out comes the deuterium. Okay, so we're now able to process all of the hydrogen that these 100 chemical plants produce. Let's gather it up and put it... I think we just put it into a tower for now. We'll get it somewhere else later to make the strange matter. I'm not sure exactly where, but let's collect it up. So how much exactly deuterium are we producing? 72 times 53. 72 times 53 is 3,816. So more than we can carry on a Mark III line. More than we can carry on 2 Mark III lines. Which means we need to stack this stuff up. So if we stack the end of each line and then join them together, that should be fine. Actually... we could join 2 lines, but I don't know if that's a good idea. I think it's easier just to do all of them. So let's do, yeah, let's backwards stack the deuterium. Okay, so backwards stack. You're a bit... we need to fix you. Okay, you got interrupted by this belt here thing, or whatever. Let's move you, like... oops. Let's move you here. And then destroy you. That seems like it's keeping the whole network connected. Okay. You guys come out to... so wait a minute, what are you? You're fire ice, so you stop there, but the deuterium needs to come out and get set up. So why does... we have the fire ice coming out way past... okay. We can actually get rid of the extra fire ice line. We don't need to come past the last input. That's still... I think I went too far with that one. Not sure, but we'll just make sure. Okay, let's continue cleaning up the fire ice lines. Okay, that's out of range. This we moved so we could bring out the deuterium to the right location, which is right there. Let me put a backward sorter on it. Okay. A lot of work. A lot of work to get this up and running, but I think it's going to be worth it. Okay. Let's continue cleaning up the fire ice input lines. They don't need to be that long. I can't really see. Part of the problem is that we're building on the dark side of the planet, so it's kind of tough to see some of what I'm trying to do unless I move my light that I produce to the right place. Okay, can you sneak past, or do we need to move this thing? No, we need to move that. Okay. All right, you come on out to here, and we do a backwards pile sorter. And then we do the same thing here. And then the last deuterium line is right here. Okay, so that's all the deuterium lines. We're gonna feed those into a planetary tower now. So I guess the way to do this is to just have it hop this line. Have it hop this line. We'll have it come out to like here, and then just run down, and we'll plug everything into it. And then down at the bottom, we'll make sure it all goes into a tower. So deuterium there. Deuterium there. Man, yeah, there's 10 rows 10 rows, so it's like a lot of work to do all this manual work. I maybe I should have done a better job setting up to copy paste, but I guess if I was doing this again, I do 2 rows first and check outputs as well, and then I'd copy, and then I'd see what I could copy and paste. All right, deuterium, deuterium. Now, some of these are not... Yeah, these are stacked, but some of them are not fully stacked. Oh, they're doing a weird, like, bouncy thing. Oh, no, they are stacked. They're all at 4. Okay, good for them. All right, let's go collect the last of it. Okay, deuterium. Deuterium. And... deuterium. Okay, that's going to produce an absolute metric buttload of deuterium for us. I think I'll throw a planetary tower right here to collect that. Where's the right place to put this? I guess actually maybe out here a little bit, away from other stuff, because we might be putting something else in here. I guess that's fine for now, and we can come down the row, right? Let's get you powered on. You're going to supply deuterium elsewhere in the planet. We're going to let you hold 5,000. And it might be worthwhile to get you a storage tank or 2 as well, just as a buffer to input. Let's do that. That way we can, like, let it roll for a while. Where's that? Right there? All right, let's feed... Yeah, let's feed into the storage tank here. And then let's pull from there and go into the tower. Okay, that seems fine. A lot of deuterium flowing in. Okay, so that takes care of the deuterium. Now we need to take care of the graphene. And the graphene is going to go directly into another production line. All of this graphene is going to be turned into carbon nanotubes. Because we need for... Yeah, for this frame material, we need lots and lots of carbon nanotubes. So let me just check my math here. None of the... Yeah, the inputs are proliferated. The input at fire ice is all proliferated back here, right? Yeah. That's going to burn through a lot of proliferator, but what can I do? So you're going to output... Normally you would do 30 recipes producing 60 graphene, but we add 25%. So you're going to be producing 75 graphene, and we have 100 of these things making graphene. So that is 7,500 graphene per minute. Divide that by 4. 7,500 is 1875. So... we can make 1,875 frame material per minute with our graphene if we turn it all into carbon nanotubes. Now, speaking of carbon nanotubes, what's the ratio here? 7,500 becomes 5,000 carbon nanotubes. So that's our actual limiting factor, I think. Yeah, because we're going to input 3 graphene and we output 2 carbon nanotubes. We have 7,500 graphene per minute. So we'll get out 5,000 carbon nanotubes. And what that means is, since we can do 15 recipes per second, well, we'll actually get more than that because it's going to be proliferated. But we can consume 15 recipes, which is 45 graphene per minute in one chemical plant, or yeah, one chemical facility. So 45 is the number we need to match. So 7,500 divided by 45, I'm going to need 167 chemical plants. Is that possibly right? That's a lot of chemical plants. Well, I wanted a big build. We need 167 chemical plants turning graphene into carbon nanotubes, it seems. Which is also going to require a bunch of titanium ingots, but that we can get fairly straightforward. So 167, yikes. So we're going to collect up all this graphene. So all of this graphene has to come out, get collected and proliferated. And then combined, 7,500, even stacked 4 ways, that will not fit. And we don't really want to stack it anyway. So what do we have? What do we have in one line here? 10 of these times 75. There's 750 here. So each of these lines can support, what do I need? I need 167. So each of these can support 17. And then, well, the last one on each line will be underproducing. But maybe that's the way to do it. Let's see if that's the way to do it. So let's say I don't need a stacker here. This line can support 16.66 chemical plants making carbon nanotubes. Is that right? Yes, because it's 10 times 75, 750, divided by 45, which is our input. Yeah. Okay. So we would have 17 here. Let's see. So if you come like way over here, and then I don't know exactly where we're going to get the titanium ingots from. I guess the thing that makes the most sense. Let's try to build 2 rows here. Let's get this started. So where's my graphene over here? I gotta come find it. It's in the dark. All right. So if each of these lines supports 17 chemical facilities. Oh, I would have to. What is this? You're in the way. Silicon veins? I guess we have to bury you for now. Or do some kind of... Yeah, you're going to be a problem. I guess we will need to leave some space, so maybe what we can do here for this particular one is hop it over. We'll get it to here, and then we'll come over it? Yeah, and then we'll come down. Okay. So we'll come to like there, and then we'll come down. Okay. But we've got more problems over here. Okay, so hold on. We can't really build there. That's not going to work at all. We need to bring them all together then and move them somewhere else. Or oh man. This is challenging. So do I want to bury these? I guess I kind of have to if I'm going to do this here. But we do need silicon. Let me look at the planet. Let me turn my veins back on. So in terms of space for building, the like we have it. We have some. If we route around these silicon veins, this could be this could be pretty tough. I might not be able to Maybe I have to do these one at a time until we get past this. Yeah, that's probably the best thing to do. All right, so let's do this one at a time. Let's start simple. We'll come over to here at least. And now we can do something slightly different in terms of laying out the... No, we can't really. Okay. Let's say, okay, let's go down to the planetary now and pull in our titanium ingots and serve them up as well. So if you're going to request titanium ingots, those aren't in production here yet, but we will have them later. So let's say, where do I want this line? What's happening here? That's back home. That's going to be annoying for a while. So there's our first input line. We're going to run the titanium ingots up here. I think. Yeah. So you'll come out here and you'll make your way up. You're going to be titanium ingots once we have them in production somewhere. Let's keep going. Let's see if we can work this out. You know? It's a big build. Of course, there's going to be challenges. Okay, so here's our first line of carbon nanotube production. So I was gonna say we could stack them in more easily by facing them vertically, but then we can't reach the inputs. So, all right, so we need 17, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Boy, this is gonna be absolutely enormous. Let's cancel you guys. I think we extend out further past the silicon veins. I think we route around them and leave a gap. I think that's the best way to do it, to make sure that's available for later. For somebody to use later. Let me come back down like this. And we just go a longity long ass way out there. Man, this is gonna use a lot of belts. You come in here. And make your way down here. And then we're going to need an output line as well, which is going to have to route around that. This could be pretty tough. Yeah, we might have some problems here. And get over here so I can see what I'm doing. So here's the output line. We'll have you route around here as well. Come stand on the vein so I can see them. That feels like enough room that we could get away with it and we can maybe fix it later. Okay. Now what happened here? This didn't connect for some reason. All right, so this chemical plant is going to take in graphene and titanium ingots, and it's going to make carbon nanotubes. That's the goal. So let's set up sorters. Input, input, output. Now, we'll copy you and make sure we get your sorters as well as everything else. And we'll set down as many of you as we can. So there's 6. Let's take a look. Looks like we got the inputs and outputs just fine. Then we come over here and set one down like this. So that's 7. 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. All right. And this is an enormous amount of these things. And a lot of belts. So we were at 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. Man, I mean, even if you account for the fact that there's this silicon vein we're working around here, that is a huge amount of area. And it's going to be all the way down. And it's going to be a custom job, too. I mean, there's some stuff I can do. By the way, which one of these is powered? This one? I need all of these belts, please. I do not need all of this graphene, however. You need to fly me in some more. Okay. So, yeah, this is going to be a job. And I know I'm doing a long play here. And the idea is that you guys see everything I do, but I've already cut some things out when it's just like repetitive or whatnot. I think the remainder of this build I'll do off camera and show you when I come back, because it's going to be tricky avoiding all the veins and stuff here. Like, let me see if I wanted to. Maybe the way to do this is not to pre-decide how these belts are going to go, but to pre-decide, like, to put down my mining machine, because I like, even with what I've built here, this doesn't really work, right? So maybe the better play is to set these down and then route the belts around them that way, because then I can save space. This would benefit from being harvested left to right, right? Now, I can really only get 18 no matter which direction I put it in, it looks like. 17... and get like 17, 16, and get 17 if I put it there. So yeah, this is going to be very painstaking, and I don't know how good it'll be to watch. You guys get, I think you guys get the idea here, right? So we're going to feed in all of this graphene. We're going to have 170 chemical plants making carbon nanotubes, and that's going to make absolutely bonkers amounts to be used in production of frame material. I don't know if I'm overbuilding here. I also need to figure out where I'm doing proliferation, because I got to get this proliferated. I guess along this line? Yeah, right here. So like if we did it here, and then ran that all the way down and proliferated all of the graphene, we get more carbon nanotubes. I might be overbuilding here a little bit, but I want to go big. I don't want to be making any of these ever again, essentially. So I'll tell you what, we'll end the episode a little bit early here, and I will complete this section of the build off camera. It's going to be a lot of like routing and then copying and pasting and stuff. It's going to be very boring. When it's done, we'll come back and I'll show it to you. And we'll figure out what the next step will be, which will probably be consuming the deuterium from these into strange matter, and or figuring out where we get the titanium ingots and the other ingredients for this frame material. Actually, once the carbon nanotubes are done, we'll be ready to produce the frame material. So yeah, I'm gonna go off camera. I'm gonna end the episode here. I'm gonna go off camera. I'm gonna finish building out my 170 ridiculous chemical plants to produce carbon nanotubes here, and then we'll come back next time and see what's next up for us. So that's it for this time. As always, thank you so much for watching. Hope you enjoyed. Let me know your thoughts on this episode. Is it okay, or are you glad or relieved, or are you disappointed that I'm going to cut out all of this custom building that I'm going to do, because it just seems really repetitive to me. Either way, appreciate you guys. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time. Take care.